Welcome back, folks. Come along with me as we head off to Orlando, Florida to ICAST 2021, one of the best fishing expo events known to man. Here, we test all of the latest kayaks and fishing gear. We spend an entire week here filming all the latest gear and sharing it with you guys. So give this video a thumbs up and comment below and let us know what features you're looking for in a kayak. Hey folks, right now I'm hanging out in front of the Native Watercraft booth, and they got some pretty cool stuff hanging out here too. So we're gonna take a look. Let's jump right in. So this right here is the Native Slayer Max 12.5, and we're gonna do kind of a bow to stern walkthrough, just showing kind of how this thing's rigged up. When you buy it, obviously it comes as just the basic kayak with the pedal drive. It doesn't come with all these accessories that you see mounted to it. But I want to show it with the accessories because that gives you guys some idea of the versatility of the platform. So the Motor Guide XI3 is definitely a name in the industry for really high quality bow mounted trolling motors, especially when mounted on kayaks. You'll see a lot of kayaks in the next year with Motor Guide XI3s. So that gives you spot lock type technology where you can end up hitting a button and you can just anchor in place and the motor does all the work, even in the current. So they end up having a power supply that runs right into the front hatch. Here's a look at the front hatch. What a lot of people do is they'll have a plug running there, and the plug will run with wiring all the way to the back. And as you see here, right there's the wiring, and they have it connected up to a lithium power pack. So that's a lithium iron phosphate battery. The benefit of lithium iron phosphate batteries is the fact that they maintain their voltage longer while discharging. So 100 amp hour lithium is not the same as a 100 amp hour lead acid. This is going to run much longer because it's going to maintain that voltage that is needed to power the motor. On a lead acid, the voltage will start dropping as it discharges, and eventually it won't power the motor, and yet the battery will still have some charge, so it's not as fully depleted. Also, you're going to get a lot more charge cycles out of a lithium battery than you would with a lead acid. So you're going to see a lot of people with lithium iron phosphate batteries, and I'll have some linked in the video description below that I recommend, that I like, because I currently own some lithium iron phosphate batteries. So right here is their Propel drive, tried and true. It's a 10-to-1 gear ratio. Has a little mount here up on the top, so you can put like a camera mount. I'll see a lot of people doing that. The whole drive is held in by these little posts right here, and it just pops right down into the drive. So there's little bungee holders. You pop that little cover plate off, you just pop the drive in, and you're ready to go. There's nice track mounts here on the side, increases versatility of how you use it, and you'll notice there's like a pocket right here on the side, so you can put your tackle boxes if you want. Also, you'll notice that it has the rudder over on this side. There is not a space for the rudder to move onto this side, so it is not ambidextrous rudder steering control. Here's a look at the seat. You got high and low seating positions, and you got some space under there for storage. You got track mounts here on the back area, and then you have the Sidekick, which is a dolly style cart solution that you keep on the kayak, so it just flips up when you're gonna go paddling or pedaling, and when you need to take it off the water and take it back to your truck or whatever, you just flip down the wheels and roll it right to the truck. They have a little hatch here for accessing the inside of the hull, which is really nice that they included that. Makes it easier to rig things. And they have a very, very nicely positioned drain plug, because no matter what, if you're going out hard, you're gonna eventually get a little bit of water in a kayak. I've never owned a kayak that didn't get a little bit of water in the hull, and you want to have a drain plug that's positioned well. So I like that. I know it seems weird to put such emphasis on those little things, but I own a rental business for kayaks and everything, and these are the important things to me. Here's the micro pole, and we'll take a look at how that works here in a second. Hit a button on a wireless key controller, and then it goes up. Moving on over, we got another new kayak right here. We have the Slayer Max Propel 10. Here's a look at the hull design. It's a whole different hull design than the Slayer Max 12.5. Here you'll see we got the rod tip protectors just like we have over on the 12.5. Got a little bit smaller hatch, similar styling there. Got a nice grab handle. I like how they make their grab handles double as track. That's kind of cool. Something that it makes them a little bit unique. Here's a look at the amount of bow storage you have. So it doesn't go into the hull really much except for right there. So that still gives you access into the hull. Also on both models, that model over there and this model here, you have this little spot here, right here. And that corresponds with your transducer area on both models. So on the Slayer 10 or Slayer Max 10, you have your transducer right here, and on the 12 you have it in the same spot as well. Same propel, 10-to-1 gear ratio, EVA decking material there, nice track mounts, spots for putting some of your tackle boxes there. Even got another little junk drawer there, kind of. I love that. You got a junk drawer underneath the seat. It looks like. We're gonna see if we can get access to that. Oh, that's cool. You can put all your soft plastics and lures that you use, and maybe your pliers there. That's super cool. You got an access plate here on the side, another access plate here on the side. So they kind of have given you the flexibility to be able to rig this thing out however you want. You have your rudder control here. Coming to the back here, nice big wide open back area. Put a crate there if you want. Here's a comparison. You got track mounts, you got rod holders molded in, you got cup holders molded in, and then you got actually a front-facing rod holder too, which is nice. So I really like that they have that. So, you know, when you catch a fish, you can drop the rod right in there, and then you can handle the fish. So another big difference between the 12-foot model and the 10-foot model is that the 10-foot model here that we're looking at has a little bit more of a raised deck, so it's a little bit drier. Here's a look at the rudder. So it doesn't stick deep, it actually is just very long, and that's how you get your turning. Same thing with the one over there, which is the Slayer Max 12.5. Here's a look at it in comparison between the Slayer Max 10 and the Titan 10 here. So the Titan 10 has a little bit more front hatch space right there, you'll see, compared to the Slayer Max 10. So my awesome subscribers asked me, what is the difference really between the Titan 10 and the Slayer Max 10? And that was a great question. One distinct feature is in how the kayaks are constructed. This particular Titan and all the Titan series use plastifoam technology. So you'll notice it has a two-tone look. The inner layer is a foam layer, the outer layer is more of a traditional rotomolded plastic. When we look at the Slayer Max 10, you'll see that it has traditional rotomolded plastic. There's no two-tone appearance. You still got your rod tip protectors. You still got a big generous grab handle, but you can see the difference in styling here. But I want to compare these two boats because they're very, similar lengths, similar features kind of. So looking here, you can see there's the Slayer Max 10. And then the same area on the Titan. Here's a look at the seat. Here's a look at the seat on the Slayer Max 10. So this is the Titan here. It's a 10-foot model. Now, where it really stands out on the Titan is here in the stern. The volume here on the stern, I could put a lawn chair here and probably sit here. That's how big it is. I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. this has a generous area. I could put 2 dive tanks here in my BC if I was doing a diving expedition from this kayak. I could throw tons of stuff back here. You could probably put 4 milk crates in the back of this Titan, versus here, based on the shape, you're probably doing 1 milk crate, you know, in the back. So the Titan versus the Slayer 10. So these are both 10-foot models. I just want to compare them here for you guys so you can see the differences in features. Still has the same pedal drive, so not much different there. We're going to look at the hull design though. So you can see this has a little bit more wider bow entry versus this has a little bit more narrow bow entry. So I think maybe this could have a little bit better tracking and cutting through waves possibly. I don't know. And maybe this would maybe lift up with the waves a little bit more and have maybe a little more hull slap. I don't know. I feel like this sharp bow entry would cut through the waves a little bit better. So maybe this one is going to be better for speed and performance, and this one here is going to be like your cargo carrier to just pile as much gear on as you want. And then we have more of kind of a recreational mix kayak here. So here we have generous grab handle, and then here's the hatch. So you got a large amount of volume there, so you can put like camping gear or so. And then right here we got another storage area, and you got a little drain there. That's really nice. You got your adjustable foot pegs there, and so this is like a tool clip, or like you could put your pliers here, or maybe secure your cell phone there, or whatever you want to do there. You got your seat here, frame seat. If you haven't had a kayak yet with a frame seat, you'll definitely appreciate it. Nice back support. Makes a long day out on the water much more comfortable. Here we have one of the taco paddle holders. Got some bungees. And then on the back there is one more feature here. We got a wheel, so you can wheel it right to the water. So if you have ever been like me and you forget your kayak cart and you're kicking yourself, now you can save your back. Over here we got the Stingray, a tandem kayak, recreational. I've actually seen one of these out on the water back by me, and they actually paddled quite well. What I like about it is I own a kayak rental business, so I can talk about some of the features that I think renters appreciate and what I appreciate in terms of durability and reliability. I like that they do molded in handles, because in the Florida sun, fabric handles will dry rot and they will eventually break. But molded handle is much more reliable. It also acts as a pretty decent tie down option for securing the kayak. Here they have a nice hatch. You'll notice that, you know, if water comes over the bow, it has a spot to run out before getting to the hatch, and the hatch is slightly raised up there, so that's a nice feature. And they immediately have some scuppers right there to take care of that water. So very, very smart design and how they did it. You got nice big cup holders here, so you could probably put like a Yeti tumbler or so. You got the nice comfortable seats. You know, this is a good like couples kayak, you know. Right over here we got another little hatch. We got another little spot maybe for a kid to be able to sit, you know, in front of their parent. And being a dad and having a 2.5-year-old, I like to take my child out on my kayak, so that's kind of a nice little feature to have there, to have the space. We got another seat here. We got another taco style paddle keeper. We got rod holders there, so, you know, this family recreational kayak can do double duty, you know. The dad can use it as an excuse to buy the kayak, you know. He can be like, hey, I want to take the family out, but yet he can use this for his fishing kayak too. So right here we have bungees, got a nice big tank well. Put some dry bags there. And then you have your drain plug and a nice big grab handle. Here's kind of a look at the hull shape, which is very important. And you'll notice you have a nice pronounced keel, and you have a sacrificial drag plate. So if you're dragging it, you don't have to worry about damaging the kayak. And yeah, just nice big grab handles. That's what stands out to me, and that's gonna, you know, be more headache free for owning the kayak, because you're not gonna have to be replacing a lot of parts. From what I see, this is gonna be a very reliable kayak for a family. So hopefully you enjoyed that video here of Native Watercraft. And if you did, smash that like button and consider subscribing so I can share more videos with you on the latest kayaks. Signing out.